this was a little bit of a trial. I'm gonna thank Google for existing, not just because I'm streaming through their YouTube, but because without Google I would not have solved my problem that was making it so that I couldn't live stream. So, yeah. Basically, if you live stream like I do, or did until, I just started it back up, you're gonna need to, if you're having this loop where it keeps telling you to accept the terms of service in order to stream, you're gonna have to go into your settings, then you're gonna have to go into share and broadcasting, sign out of YouTube, go back to the main menu, go back to settings and blah 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 blah, sign back in, and then make sure it's signed into the proper Google account for your YouTube. Somehow, some way, everything got switched over to my private Gmail that is not Gmail account, that is Google account that's not the one that I use for my YouTube. Anyway, so I am back, and I will be back more often because it's easier for me to stream and talk about my life updates, or to just generally babble at you guys for an hour or so, than it is to try to schedule and script and get everything done on the PC, especially since the last couple of times I've made a video, it has decided to not record audio, even though I've changed the settings in the program that I use 1,000 times. It's still just this weird thing where it just doesn't go. Anyway, so today, other than we're going to be talking about the new It movie that I just got a chance to rent from PlayStation a week ago, we're going to talk about the mods that I'm running. And if you guys start watching the stream and you have any questions, or if you see the stream's archived video on my channel, and you have any questions for details about what mods I'm using and why, just ask the question. Okay, so right now I'm technically testing this one, which is the Soul Survivor Sanctuary, and I am testing, it's on the bottom, the Finch Farm and Grey Garden Overpass elevators. Those are the only two I'm testing. Everything else that's in this list here, and I'll go over it in a second in greater detail, I've had on this list, and it's what I call a permanent listing. I might take them off, it might take like Travis Terrific Tips off, every once in a while if I get tired of them or whatever. But in general, these are the ones that I have all the time. Eleonora's Tweaks and Fixes, I absolutely love it, because it makes my inventory a lot easier to work with because of the bobblehead thing that she tweaked. It also helps with power and water resources, as you can see there, along with defense scores and whatnot. She really put a lot of work. This is basically an unofficial patch, along with some tweaks that she did here that I really like. Okay. This is like physics and light, which is why it's a Psi-Light, or Phi-Light. You can see from there it removes most of the dust and fog from interiors, normalizes saturation, contrast, and brightness, cleans up water. The only thing I don't like about it is that underwater is now really, really black. Like before it was like hazy and stuff, but it's like really, really black, and it's really hard to see, and there's no way you can see distances at all under the water. It's the only thing I don't like about it. Travis Terrific Tips is actually really, really funny, especially if you have played the game a lot and you know his the way he stampers and stuff. because you can be reading them and you'll hear his voice in your head about it. It breaks the fourth wall, but it's a lot of fun. This is actually pretty awesome because it tweaks the DLC in a way that makes it make more sense. Pardon me, I'm yawning. Like it says there, it adds railroad vault suit lining and flak jacket options to the Tunnel Snake outfit, which, considering the Tunnel Snake's outfit doesn't allow you to wear armor with it, is a big deal. It also makes it work with a mod that I've got, which overpowers the vault suits, which is really fun. We'll get to that in a second. Fixes some markers, fixes some labeling, everything. It's, it doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. I mean, it's not like super expansive or anything, but it patches some stuff that is awesome. This allows me, this is the unlock presets, this is like a ton of different faces and everything. It allows me to pick one and tweak it a little bit instead of having to like really try to work with the way that the character creation is. It's not very precise even on the PC. It's not very precise to do this. Okay, so this is awesome. It helps because I like settlement building, and the grass and the bushes and the twigs all get in my freaking way, and they're annoying, even when you're trying to just do something simple, like building in Sanctuary. Same with this. No more twigs. Yes, those are awesome. This is... Okay. I only started playing around with mods after I've completely beaten the game in multiple different choices. Like I've done a Minimum ending, I've done a Brotherhood ending, I've done the Institute ending, I've done the Railroad ending. I haven't done that quote unquote mystery ending where everybody gets along, which I found out is not really an official ending as so much as it's you tweaking certain things to like trick the game into doing it. This skips all of the mess of having to do your stats at the beginning of the game. This makes Mama Murphy look normal. Well, as normal as Mama Murphy can be. It's the only like character modification I have. Genetic father is what I call it instead of genetical, which I don't think is a word. But genetic father is about, like it says there, it makes your male character's face or appearance be overriding for Sean, your kid. And it works. I actually did a quick run through all the way to the end one time just to check and make sure it works. Pardon me, I'm yawning again. Anyway, other than the fact that when I wasn't using mods, it didn't matter how tweaked I made my guy. Sean always looked like the same. He always looked the same. He didn't look like he changed much at all, no matter what my guy looked like. And this, it really works it. It makes it so that it doesn't matter how tweaked out your guy looks. Big old ears, huge, it doesn't matter. Sean will look like you. I know because I really messed up the face of the guy that I tested it with, just to make sure. I like this one. The only reason I have this one is because it unlocks the crafting stations from the very beginning of the game. So you can like literally just delete all the crafting stations in Sanctuary if you want, and when you actually build your own place, there you can just rebuild the ones or the variants of them that you want. It also unlocks a couple variants that you normally don't have access to, for like the cooking station and the power armor station. I wish they had had more options for the armor station. I mean, one. There's one. You got two different workstations for weapons. You got two different ones for chems. You've got with this mod anyway. You've got three different ones for cooking stations. Two different for the power armor. You got four different variations for the Nuka-Cola workstation. But only one version of a freaking armor bench. Somebody doing for Creation Club has to do variants for the workshops. Okay? The workbenches. You got it. Stronger dog meat, or as it says, God dog. This actually makes him more useful to have with you. Pardon me. He does more damage. He can soak up more damage. And basically it just makes him better, in my opinion. Because even if you play vanilla, if you go pick him up, he's more likely to get in the way and you're going to shoot him than he is to kill something. But with this mod, he actually will kill raiders. He can grab hold of mole rats and kill them right away. Stuff like that is really awesome. Companion infinite ammo. Anybody who's played this game for any length of time will know the frustration of just giving the hell up on giving your companions unique weapons and ammo, because of the fact that they will shoot at anything. One time I had Strong with me and I gave him a minigun, and there was some kind of enemy on the floor above us. He shot at the ceiling and wasted 200 rounds of ammo because he's a moron. So having this, you can give them one ammo, just like you can with the settlers. You give them one ammo, and whatever weapon you want them to use to be more effective, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to be wasting caps and having to overburden yourself with armor and weapons and stuff to sell just to keep your companion and yourself in ammo. This is just because I'm tired. Bethesda made the affinity system really, 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 really annoying, because there is no way, and this is truthfully, I've tried this. There is no way in a vanilla game that you can get every single affinity perk. There are so many variations and so many things that people like and dislike or hate, and you have to, with Piper, helping people in Diamond City, she likes. Doesn't matter what you do. Whether it's giving the bloat fly gland to the scientists, to helping clear the water for Shang. It doesn't matter. There's that, picking locks, and winning voice challenges. Those are the only things that you can do to get her to like you more. Helping people, basically. It's the same thing with a couple of the others. Well, with the way that the affinity system is in the vanilla game, it makes it so you can get the affinity of maybe 1 or 2. 3 would be stretching it. It depends on whether or not you drag things out or not. Because Preston's fairly easy. You just put him as your companion and do all the all the Minutemen stuff, and he'll like you by the end of it. Okay, Piper, get her, do all the things in Diamond City. Go and do the railroad stuff, and she'll like you by the end of the game. Nick, Valentine's the same way. Do the things with the railroad, and he'll like you. But there are some characters that you cannot do that with, like Strong. Strong doesn't like it when you use power armor. Strong doesn't like it when you basically he doesn't like you to do anything other than fight and eat your enemy, and that's it. You know, and once you've run through the storyline quests for, like, whether it's the Railroad, the Minutemen, Brotherhood of Steel, it doesn't matter. Once you've run through them, that's it. They're one and done. And yes, there's continuing quests for certain ones, but there's no guarantee that doing them will help with your affinity with the characters. So by doing this, it means that I can literally build up Sanctuary. I can make a quick run out to Concord, grab everybody there, bring them back, talk to Codsworth, put him as my companion temporarily, go and upgrade a couple of weapons, and I have his perk. And I can set him to do, I normally set him to Caravan for between Sanctuary and Red Rocket. So, it's freaking annoying. And I know that certain perks are stupid, like Codsworth's perk is actually not that great. It just reduces your damage from unfriendly robots. Well, they're energy weapons anyway. An Assaultron can still come up and bash the shit out of you, and it will do the same amount of damage. But there are other ones that make the game or make playing a lot easier, like Piper's perk, the Gift of Gab, which gives you extra XP for finding places and winning dialogue challenges, that are actually really useful. So this makes it a lot easier to do. This is awesome, and I wish that they had done something like this in the actual vanilla game, so I didn't have to use a mod for it. It makes the like it says, makes the Radiant quests stay in the Commonwealth. Like, I had a quest one time from the Brotherhood of Steel people, and they sent me out to frickin' Far Harbor. And I wasn't even close to being leveled up enough to go to frickin' Far Harbor. And it hadn't even come up as a quest in my thing for listening to the radio or anything. So yeah. This is, a basic cheat. As it says here, it changes the multiplier, gives you a lot more, way more XP. This makes it so that it doesn't matter how much I build, I don't gain experience points for it. Technically speaking, I know a lot of people complain about it in forums and stuff, but building, considering Nate or your main or Nora, whoever you play, has never built anything in their entire freaking life. One was a soldier whose job was to blow shit up and blow commies away, and the other was a lawyer. Building is an experience building exercise. And sorry, that's the truth. I want anybody out there that has never built anything in their life that's been bitching about this to go out there and try to build a house. Just a one room shack, basically. 14 feet by 14 feet squared. Go and try to build one. Including electricity, plumbing, the whole 9 yards. I realize that doesn't normally include in this. Electricity, yes, but not plumbing. Plumbing is usually outdoor, but still. Go out there and try to build it without having any experience at all. And you're going to tear your hair out in frustration. Especially if you try to build it to regulatory standard. Where you have to have the studs so far apart, and you have to, the whole 9 yards. Oh, yeah. No. It would be a life experience building, moment for everybody. No more hammering. Very simple. People actually go and do their jobs instead of standing around banging on walls. Considering the banging doesn't produce anything, they don't fix anything, it's annoying. This is disabled currently, but it's still in my order because I'm waiting on testing it again on my next startup. to see if it's just the load order I've got it in that made it so that the fatigues on Nate didn't show up. The green dress on Nora showed up just fine. In fact, it looked really awesome compared to the clothes that they have in the vanilla startup. But yeah, if it's the load order, then and I put it up farther up or I put it farther down, and it works cool. If it doesn't, if I can't figure out why the fatigues aren't showing up, then I will get on to my computer and I will talk to the mod creator about the issue, because I really would like something different. Okay, so this is what I was mentioning earlier with the Tunnel Snakes mod, and how the it made it compatible with an overpowered Vault Suit mod. This is awesome. This basically makes it, if you can get it up to shielded lightning, it basically makes it so that you don't have to wear any other armor. You don't have to. You can, for aesthetics and all that, but you don't have to. Because look at that. It starts out with 50-50, and then 100 across the board, and then 250, and then 500, and 1,000 across the board. It's freaking awesome. I've been using Spouse's Embrace for practically since I started doing mods. It's a ring. You take the two wedding rings that you get at the beginning of the game, the one that your character's wearing and the one that Nora has on her. You take them to the chemistry station, and you create this thing called Spouse's Embrace. And it adds carry weight, it adds experience factor. It makes, however, as the guy says right there, the bonuses supplied by the ring are canceled out when you put on power armor. So you won't be able to use your power armor in the game unless you either don't use Spouse's Embrace, or you make sure that your carry weight is below the threshold that it should be. Like with a strength of 10, without any other perks that improve carry weight, you can carry, I think, 310 before you get overburdened. That's with the backpack, I think. Otherwise, it's just like 300, I believe. So as long as it's below that, you're fine in the power armor. Tools for Vault 81. Like it says there, it's a simple mod done by request that moves the tools that you can turn in for caps in Vault 81 from the junk list to the miscellaneous list, so they're no longer accidentally scrapped when you build, or when you just put all the junk in there. You just hit the thing. This is really, 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 really cheating. This adds a special jukebox or a special Dimensity radio to your workshop list, and it makes it so that your stuff is 100% happy, without doing anything extra. You put like 4 to 6 of these. I usually put 4 to 5, but 4 to 6 is depending on the size of the settlement. You put 4 to 6 of the radios in there, all over the settlement, and everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many of your companions are in there not doing anything. It doesn't matter how many robots you have in your settlement. Everybody's happy. Another super cheat. I can hack and crack and all that stuff, but I would rather not if I had a choice. So I use this. It makes it so that there's only one word to choose from on the terminals, no matter whether they're master or novice, and it makes it so you can just hit the directional and unlock any lock. It's awesome. Okay. Makes generators quiet. Completely. I mean, they start out a little bit and then they fade out. This makes it... Stop asking if I'm going to make a DLC patch. No. Really? Why not? Anyway. it's better. This is better than some of the other what I call resource mods that I've done. That I've used, and basically it makes it so that you have all of like a ton of all of the building components you could ever want to build with. As it says, there are no plants, but it's got everything you possibly would need to build or craft with. And it does all of the, as it says here, all of the external 29 settlements in the Commonwealth and home plate. But unfortunately, like it says there, it doesn't do the DLC for the Nuka World where you build settlements in Nuka World, stuff like that. It doesn't do any of that. So if you want to use those resources, well, you better sink some points into Strong Back so that you can travel well of burden, and then you can just grab them and go. Okay. Hello, whoever that is. These two are actually basically the same thing. One's an add-on for it. This is a Scrap That Settlement All-in-One mod. If you haven't heard of this mod, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Truthfully, it makes life so much simpler. And then this is so that you can scrap living and dead bodies, and I'll give you a demonstration in a second of that. But this is the one that has all of the DLCs, so you can scrap things in Far Harbor and Nuka World and all that stuff. So let's get on with what I was doing, which is showing you guys this mod and the frame rate drop that happens when you use it. Okay, so this is the survival settlement. It's a lore-friendly pre-war or post-war, pre-done of Nate's house, Nate Norris' house. See how smooth this is, right? Nice and smooth compared to like this, where oh my god, look at the frame rate drop. Probably even worse for you guys that are watching the live stream. But and it's because there's an actual waving flag there, and there's just so much stuff inside the house. If you notice, it doesn't drop when I'm facing this direction. There is so much stuff in the actual house that's causing a frame rate drop. See? There's just so much stuff. I like it though. I like the way it's set up. It's all static. So I don't have to worry about knocking anything over. Oh, forget my dogs. They're going crazy. Why are you going crazy? What's up? Really? You're gonna whine at me. I am so taking this mod off. I don't care if it gives me hub flower in my front yard. Oh, hub flower and ash blossom. Ash blossom. Blood leaf. Other one. No, it wasn't something you said, Codsworth. I didn't know I did that. Alright, so bear with me. I'm going to quit the game. Take that mod off. I don't know if they'll let you come into the mod thing with me. And then go back in, because that frame rate drop is just driving me bonkers. And there's no way with it doing that I can continue to play. It just would drive me insane every time I went into Sanctuary. Especially since I build so much in Sanctuary. Oh wow, they actually let me go in there with you guys. Alright. So delete that. Yep. Since I deleted that, let's see if there's another house mod. Let's I could do that one. The Sanctuary Estates. I know, I should have gone in there and, hold on. Q. It's downloading, there we go. Disable, delete, yes. And favorite, there we go. Could try this one. Yeah, see, fast travel to Conquer and save your game before loading the mod. Oh, man. I'll have to do that another time then. There's no way. This one's actually pretty cool. It's one of my favorites. The Exo-1 player home, but it's really cheesy. You know, cheesy as in makes the game Mickey Mouse to play because it gives you everything you could ever want, plus your own merchant, where you never run out of caps from them. No matter how much you sell, you never run out of ammo to buy. You know, because it refreshes like every time you leave, practically. So, yeah. Oh, come on. It always takes so long to load. Hi. Talking to my dog. My dog's name is Ducky. Load. Yes, I have a character named Dean Winchester. Right. Okay. He's my non-modded, obviously, guy. And, I tried to make him look like Dean, but he looks more like Sam. It's very weird. One of these days I'm going to have to print out a picture, even if it's black and white, and hold the picture and build. Or bring my Kindle out here and do it. Get down. Man. Okay, so I went and saw. Well, I didn't leave my house. I rented the new Stephen King's It. Get down. And I gotta say, cinematically, it was beautiful. Acting was good, with only one exception. The guy that plays frickin' the bully. I can't remember him off the top of my head now. The one that kills his dad in the movie. I know, spoiler alert, right? But no, the guy that is bullying the losers club and is tormenting people. I can't remember his name. Anyway, the kid who acted in that part, he seemed very wooden. It didn't really like feel like he was really into the part or that he understood the motivations of the character. You know, I realize that sociopaths don't always show emotion, and I realized he was being controlled by it partly, but it just it irked me. It irked me really bad. And so yeah, I can't really say good things about his acting because in this case, because I can't remember if I've seen him in anything else, I didn't like it. As much as I like the acting of the kid from Stranger Things when he's in Stranger Things, I didn't like him too much in this one, but it might have also been just the way that the writers had written the character, because Richie in the books and in the original miniseries was less sexual jokes and more like potty humor and practical jokes. And yeah, so I didn't quite like that, but I guess he did the best he could. I had come over here. There was no blowflies, and suddenly there's blowflies. Annoying. Die. I'm doing a VATS build for the character this time, so I'm going to be focusing more on things that improve how many points I get, and increasing the VATS percentages for hits and stuff like that. I already started a little bit because with the experience mods that I use between, just the one experience mod, I usually go up 2 levels before I leave the vault. And then you add the spouses embrace to everything, and I'm usually leveling up fairly quickly.
That's it.
People have come in and out. Nobody's talking to me. Checking the boxes. No, I haven't played this game a lot. Oh my goodness. End of the year, PlayStation sends that thing telling you how much time you've spent playing each game, right? I've spent, like, I don't know, 400 something hours playing this game. I've pretty much memorized where most things are for the beginning of the game anyway. I just recently memorized where Bunker Hill is from here. That took a little while to memorize. Yeah, guts everywhere. Hello. Flying larvae. Damn. Ducky, what do you want? What? My non-existent viewers can hear you. What? What? Ducky. Whining doesn't answer. Do you need outside? Yeah? Okay, give me a second. Hey! Get down.
Sweet.
You got to wait. Okay, brief intermission. I'll be back. I have to take the dog out.